So in today's video, we're going to talk about something you always need to do when you're handling objections on your sales calls, because when you do this, you're going to result in a lot more closes for the thing that you're selling. Now, when this is done, the reason why it's so powerful, the reason why it's so good is because when done correctly, you're going to be on the same team as the person. It puts you guys on the same side of the table instead of opposite each other, instead of in opposition, instead of it being me versus you. It puts both of us on the same team, trying to figure it out together, trying to see how we as a collective, we as a unit, can overcome this obstacle together to find a way for you to move forward with the product or service that is being offered so that you can finally get to the goal and achieve the things that you've wanted to achieve for however amount of time. And on the flip side, not doing this usually leads to multiple objections coming up, with a lot of them being smoke screens, a lot of them not even being real. You're not really sure what to handle, what not to handle, what to brush off, what to dig deeper on. The call ends up being derailed. You're not really sure what direction to go into, and it just ends in a complete mess with either you or the prospect getting a little bit nervy, and no close is made and no results are seen by the prospect. So the thing that I'm talking about, the thing that you want to do every single time on every single call before you handle any concerns, any objections that come up, is ensuring the prospect is totally sold on the service. Now, obviously, this is any concern that doesn't have to do with the service itself. That's the main thing you want to tackle. You want to tackle the service. You want to tackle that they're sold on it. You want to tackle that they believe, with a high degree of certainty that the thing you guys are going to embark on together, the thing they're going to purchase, the thing they're going to do with you, or, the service they're going to take on with your team, is the thing that they believe is the best thing that could possibly get them to their result. If they're not sold on the product, none of it matters. And I'll give you a little scenario. If you have a prospect who, you get to the end of the call, you've pitched, you haven't taken the time to ensure that they're sold on the product, that they're sure that this is the thing that's going to get them to where they want to be, and you move on to pricing, and maybe they seem a little bit nervy, they're like, I don't know, and they give you the objection, that's just too much money. I can't afford that. That's too much. Now, you might be jumping into that conversation or jumping onto that objection, trying to handle too much money, thinking, okay, well, if we can just figure out the money, they're going to buy, they're good to go. If we just got to have them see the value in this. When the real objection could be, I just don't see the service is worth it. I just don't see the service is that good. I'm a little unsure if this service is going to get me there. And now you're coupling my uncertainty of this service with this higher ticket price tag. Yeah, it's, what's going to come out of their mouth is, it's just too much money. I just can't afford it. So now, while you spend the next 5-10 minutes speaking with them around value, speaking with them around price, trying to, maybe you even end up offering them a payment plan, and the payment plan works for them. They clearly have enough money to afford the payment plan that you give them, and they still don't buy because there's lingering thoughts, there's lingering concerns about the service, and you didn't take time to tackle that first before discussing a price agreement, a deal on price. This is why I say, if you don't discuss the service first, nothing else matters. And simply the way you want to do it is when you get to the end of your pitch. So you've pitched the services, you've pitched, if you've watched some of my other videos, the pillars that create that hold up the bridge that's going to get them to where they want to go, bring them from point A to point B. Once you've kind of pitched that through and it's nice and tailored to their situation, it sounds amazing, I'm going to simply ask them, hey, do you have any questions about the different things that I said we're going to do together? Do you have any questions about some of the things I went through, right? If they say no, cool. Do you believe, or do you feel like everything I went through is exactly what you need to get to where you want to go? If they say, yes, I do, what I'm listening for is not just the words, not just the yes or no, not just the yes, no, or maybe. I'm also paying attention to their body language, their tonality, right? There's a big difference in me saying, hey, do you believe that what we just went through is exactly what you need to get to 10K a month in your closing career, right? In commissions. And someone says, oh yeah, it sounds awesome for sure. That's very different than someone saying, yeah, I think so. Yeah. Now, I'm not just going to move on as if those are both the same yes. I'm going to pause on that one that's a little bit more iffy, and I'm going to say, you don't sound sure. I'm going to call it out right then and there. You don't sound sure. What's going on? Right? Because I want to tackle right then and there their concern about the service. Because obviously, whatever I pitch, whatever I deliver to them isn't making them feel like, oh man, this is it. Hell yeah, this is the thing that's going to get me there. This sounds awesome. I need this. I've been looking for something like this. If they're not feeling that way, if they're not sounding that way, then I'm going to call it out right then and there. There's no point in me dropping a price in front of someone that's saying, yeah, I think this service is going to work. I think this is going to help me. There's no point in dropping the price there. So I'm going to tackle it right then and there. I might even ask a question either before or after saying, out of all the things I said that we're going to do together, of the 3 things we're going to do to get you to XYZ, which one's your favorite? Which one do you feel like is going to help you the most right now? And I'm going to just really, really gauge their understanding of what I pitched. And then I'm going to ask them, why? Why is that your favorite? If they say, yeah, if they give me that astounding, yes, this is exactly what I need, I'm going to say, why do you say that? What do you like about it specifically? Right? And I'm going to get them to sell it back to me again, because when they're telling me why this is for them, they have to spend time thinking about why it's for them, therefore further convincing themselves, because they're searching in their brain and they're recalling what we talked about to find reasons why this is a great fit through that questioning. So I'm going to ask them, why do you feel like it's a great fit? Why do you like it so much? What about what I said was awesome? Why do you feel like this is exactly what you need? And I'm going to get them to sell it back to me, fully ensuring that they are sold on the process, sold on the product, and then, wrap it up with something like, okay, do you have any other questions about anything we talked about? Awesome. It sounds like you feel good. Now we can move forward, whether it's going into pricing or anything that comes after that. So I'm going to leave it there for this video. I just want to make sure that you guys understand that if you do this before going into any objections that don't have anything to do with service, if you do this before handling the problems, the concerns that come up, you will close way more deals. Try it out. I'll see you in the next video.